Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sebastian, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and when we give you guys a fresh perspective on things. And I always say, man, folks, we got that fire for y'all today. Y'all don't want to miss this episode. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. So let me tell you what happened yesterday. Yesterday was a third game that was supposed to be played with Luka Doncic and Lebron. I think prior to that game, we're hearing LeBron may miss the game or not, but I tuned in the first quarter and I saw LeBron playing with Luka Doncic. And as I was watching the game in the first quarter, because that's all I watched, I said to myself, man, the Lakers are going to win. The Lakers are going to beat the hell out of the Charlotte Hornets, and that's going to be that, right? And the end of the first quarter, the Lakers were up 28-21. So I went to bed. I think that LeBron had scored 8 points in that first quarter. Rui Hachimura scored 6. So they were looking pretty good, right? And I was like, I'm going to bed. That'll be it. Lakers will win, and then we'll move on to the next day, and that's going to be it. Just for me to wake up and see that somehow, some way, the Lakers found a way to lose to the Charlotte Hornets. And folks, let me just give you the rundown. The Charlotte Hornets are the second worst team in the Eastern Conference. They've only won 14 games this year. They have 39 losses. They had lost, I think, 8 out of their last 10 going into that game. And the Lakers lost to them. With LeBron James and all of these guys. I saw the box score and I was like, how did this even happen? And looking at the box score, LeBron scored 26 points on 45% shooting, 7 rebounds, 11 assists, 2 turnovers. Austin Reeves, he got ejected out of the game. Let me see. Where's Luka Doncic here? I can't find him yet. Luka played 33 minutes. His minutes restrictions were off. He scored 14 points in the game on 28% shooting from the field. He got 11 rebounds, 8 assists. So Luka didn't play well, right? And he lost the game. And as I'm thinking to myself of what to produce today, the name Charles Barkley came to mind. And I started thinking about Charles. I'm like, yo, wait up. Hold up. Charles Barkley said something about this team when the trade initially went down that a lot of people got pissed off at him over. Where Charles said, he said, if you know anything about basketball, you know that Luka and LeBron cannot play together. Therefore saying that this trade is not going to work with these two guys. And I was like, yo, it looks like Charles may have been on to something. So for those of you who don't remember what Chuck had to say, want to play what he had to say for you now, and I'm going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to Charles Barkley here.
I think that's a great question. I think it's really important because nobody who knows anything about basketball think LeBron and Luka can play together. Both of those guys are great, but neither one of them can play without the ball. So, but this is the first decision I think the Lakers have ever made, but they're like, hey, you know what? It's over or almost over for LeBron. We've got to do something for the future. And that's what they did, in my opinion.
So if the future, Charles, in Los Angeles is Luka Doncic and J.J. Redick, where does that leave LeBron? Do you think he ends his career as a Laker?
Well, listen, I think if the perfect – now, listen, that's actually a really good question also. If I'm LeBron, I got this year, I got 3 days, and I might got next year. If there's a perfect situation, like Tom Brady, everybody want to give, and we all love Tom. Tom picked out the perfect situation in Tampa Bay to go out as a champion. LeBron has that type of cachet. He could pick in the next 3 days before Thursday, or he could roll it out to next year because the Lakers are not going to win the championship in the next 2 years. But they could do something where he could go to the perfect situation like Tom Brady did and win the championship. So that's still on the table. It's not going to happen with the Lakers. The Lakers are mediocre at best. They're the second best person in they're the second best team in LA. The Clippers even got a better team. They're not a contender, but the LeBron situation is interesting because if I'm Rob Pelinka, I call LeBron because now they got to start stockpiling assets to help Luka going down the road. I would have a conversation, LeBron, where could we trade you this year or next year where you have a legit shot to win the championship and we get a good couple pieces or some good draft pick. I think that has to be on the table.
So you heard what Charles Barkley had to say. I'm beginning to believe there's some validity to that. I'm not beginning to believe some of us thought about how this would work. It's almost similar to like a Russell Westbrook kind of situation. Looking at these two guys, there's a real possibility this thing may not work out. The Lakers have a pretty tough schedule, staring them down over the next 2 weeks or so. Okay, they just lost to the Hornets, a team they should have won. They're going to go play in Portland. Portland ain't an easy team to beat at home. You got them. So they need to win that game. Then they start playing real teams. They're going to be playing the Nuggets. Good luck with that. They're going to be playing the Mavericks. Must see TV. They're going to be playing the Timberwolves. They're going to be playing the Clippers. Then they got to play the Clippers again. Then they got to play the Pelicans. Then they got to play the Knicks. Then they got to play the Celtics. Then they got to play the Nets. Then they got to play the Bucks. Then they got to play the Nuggets again. Yo. Things are about to get interesting. As we currently speak, the Lakers are now the number 5th seed in the Western Conference. There's a legitimate case that could be made. By the time they're done with this stretch, they could probably be back in the play-in tournament. They're going to be playing against some legitimate teams. And now we're going to see whether or not if this team is truly good, because they had an easy beginning of the season. And a super duper easy part. They must have played the Utah Jazz like 15 times, it felt like. And now we're going to see. And if this thing doesn't work, like Charles said it wouldn't work, who do we blame? Who do we blame? The first group I would blame is the Lakers coaching staff for prioritizing LeBron over Luka. Last night, LeBron took the last 2-3 shots or whatever it is to win the game. Why you would prioritize LeBron over Luka is beyond me. Why would you prioritize LeBron over the guy that just came from the finals? I'm lost by this. The dude that just came off averaging 34, I'm lost by this. The dude, when he's healthy, is a top 3 player in the world. I am lost by that. LeBron is not a top 3 player in the world. He's not even a top 5 player in the world. Because for you to say LeBron is a top 5 player, LeBron is better than Nikola Jokic, you have to be patently, that would just be patently absurd. Then you got SGA. Then you got Luka. Then you got Jason Tatum. Did I mention Giannis? And then the list goes on and 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 on. But now people are trying to paint it in this way that, oh, Luka has something to prove because he's playing with LeBron. I'm lost. Luka just came to the finals. You know, the guy that everybody was saying made 5 All-First NBA team. Now he got something to prove because he's playing with LeBron. I'm lost here. I'm lost. But that's what the media is trying to do. They're trying to turn Luka into the scapegoat. That has been their number one objective. And you have these LeBron foot soldiers that has been twerking it up all over the internet, working overtime to ensure that that's the case. But here at Dreamers Pro, we're not going to allow it. My thing is, why is it that great players get worse whenever they play with LeBron? Why is that? Whenever great players play with LeBron, their games always suffer. D. Wade, Kevin Love, Kyrie was the only person that was able to escape the curse. Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook, now Luka Doncic. When great players play with Kobe, they excelled. Shaq, Pau Gasol, they did well. Those guys did very well. When players play with Jordan, they got better. But when they play with LeBron, they get worse. Why? Because he only plays one particular style. So it looks like Charles Barkley was onto something. So the question I have for the audience is simply this. Was Charles Barkley on to something, or do you think that he was just hating? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you on the next show, and I'm out. Peace.